Why can't you trust an atom? Because they make up absolutely everything.
Oh my god! Wow!
Welcome back to your cool, funny, handsome, swaggy, fashionable, rich in spirit YouTuber back with another video, I hope you guys have been doing well. It's been about a week since I posted. It's been a while, but a lot has happened. So I'm excited to get into it with you. Halt.
Whoa, 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 hold the horses.
Okay. Before we get started, I need you to like, subscribe, follow my Twitch, my Instagram, both my TikToks, and yeah, that's it. I appreciate you. My gosh.
What the fuck?
Now this is too cool. I have to do this. Yes, I can hear you behind the screen. Yes, Matthew, there's no way you tried to build a robotic arm with less than a month's worth of experience. And yes, you're right. No matter how talented and smart I am, I cannot do that just yet. Okay, I don't have the equipment and I don't have the knowledge to start trying to 3D print stuff. Okay, so what I did was I tried to build something that kind of uses the same technology and concepts as a robotic arm that follows your hand gestures. Okay, so basically what my project does is it uses a servo motor rather than a robotic arm, and this motor will basically just turn a specific amount of degrees depending on how far I move my arm to the left or right, essentially. Okay, and with that, let me pass it on to my past self to basically just go through the process of how I built this thing. So I basically started with setting up the Python part of the code, which is basically just making sure OpenCV works, MediaPipe, making sure I can actually track my hand and it tracks the right part of my hand, all that stuff, like the kind of like the setup logistics stuff of it, if that makes sense. This was by far the hardest part for me because Python is kind of weird, like certain versions of things don't work with other versions, so I ended up having to download a new version of Python. I had to download another version of MediaPipe. I had to it was so much downloading stuff and it was so annoying, bro. It took forever, but I eventually got everything to work, and I made it so that it tracks my hand using the pixels on the screen and stuff, and then it sends that data in bytes to the Arduino through a USB port. Then the next part is the Arduino. So basically the Arduino gets that data, it changes it into an integer, and then it stores that integer as an angle, and then using that angle determines how much it rotates the servo motor. Basically that's how it works. So after I set up that code, I just simply wired everything together and boom, it started working. Everything was good, and it did take me a while, but everything was working just fine. So yeah, that's the hand tracker done. Okay, so that's how I created my hand tracker. It's pretty cool, very basic and simple, but I feel like I was able to learn some good fundamentals from that. So yeah, I really appreciate that project. So yep, on to the next. My goodness, bro. What is shit in here, bro? Fuck. Damn it, bro. Turn this fan on, bro. Ooh.
3:28 a.m.
Way too cold in here. Holy shit.
That is not correct.
It's way too cold. Turn this AC off, bro. What if fans could adjust their fan speed according to the temperature in the room? That's how smart fans were invented, bro. Crazy, right? I'm lying, bro. I have no idea how a smart fan was invented. And the reason I'm building this is I have no reason. I just really wanted to use the DHT11 sensor, so I did a quick search in ChatGPT projects I could do with such and such sensors and parts, and then boom, I came across this idea. So yeah, let's get started. So a smart fan is basically just a fan that changes its fan speed depending on the temperature in the room. And how I'll be checking the temperature is using a DHT11 temperature and humidity sensor. So this sensor will basically check the temperature in the room every couple of seconds and send it to my Arduino. One thing to note is that my Arduino doesn't actually power the fan. What it does is it gets the temperature, then it sends a signal to a transistor. That transistor gets that small signal and it basically controls the fan. Now to make the fan speed adjustable, we have to use a pulse width modulation pin. These pins basically allow us to have like a more bigger variety of fan speeds instead of having on or off. So by changing how long the power stays on, the fan is able to basically change and increase or decrease speed depending on the amount of power it receives. And this system just works in a loop, so it goes from the DHT to the Arduino, then to my transistor, then to the fan, and it just does that every couple of seconds, just checking the temperature over and over again, basically. Alright! Oh, fuck! Shit. So, that's everything for the week. I know. Crazy. Barely anything. And I have a couple reasons for this, okay? So, let me explain. Okay, so first reason is basically I've just been going through some, like, I don't say going through because it's nothing serious, but I've just been having a few like um phases during the day where it's just like I'm mentally like easily angered and triggered and stuff. So I basically, it's been like a hard week. Like on Tuesday, if you were there, which you probably weren't, but I was very like, when I failed to get the DHT11 sensor to work, I was so angry. Like I was so mad, and I was just quiet like the rest of the stream. So just, I don't know why I'm getting like that. Maybe it's because I don't get to go home too much, or I feel like it's also because of the music I listen to now. But I've just been going through like, I've just been trying to understand myself and like my mental, side of life as well. And the other reason, not to make excuses, but I've also been trying to study more of like how other people make videos and stuff, because it's very evident that the way I'm making videos right now just isn't good. So I'm trying to learn how to make better videos so that more people can see them and so that my work gets out there. So I've also been trying to study and watch more creators in my niche, and like try and just learn how to edit and try and do just better quality videos rather than long, poor, hard to watch videos, basically. So yeah, that's what this video is. Kind of experimental. Like it took me a while to edit. I've been editing this for what, like 4 or 5 hours as of now. So yeah, I've just been trying to learn new things and just grow as a creator. So yeah. Also, back to the DHT11 sensor. The reason there was no video on Tuesday was because I was just like, I couldn't get the DHT11 sensor to work, and it got to a point where it was a bit dangerous for me to keep trying to use it because it would start smoking and it would start like burning. Basically, I was on the verge of shorting my whole kit out, like, so I had to stop on Tuesday. Like I couldn't keep going, and it was just a poorly placed resistor, or like just resistor stuff and just BS, like all that technical nitpicky stuff that you have to do as an engineer. So yeah, that's why I didn't have a video to upload on Tuesday, because not getting that to work just made me even more mad. So yeah, I apologize for that, but we'll try and go back to the regularly scheduled stuff next week. Now, with all that being said, I hope you enjoyed the video. It was fun to make. There was times where I was laughing because most of the jokes in this video is just stupid. Like I was just doing bullshit. Like it was crazy, but yeah, it was fun though. I had fun. So I hope you had fun, and yeah, I hope this can be a way for me to express myself, you know, without having too much judgment, and just a way for me to have fun rather than trying to, how life is, just you know you know. But yeah, I appreciate you. If you made it this far, I love you. Join Stellar Industries by subscribing, and yeah, many more things to come. So pay attention, I love you. Hopefully you learned something new because I learned a lot of things this week. But yeah, thank you. Have a great day.